All right, welcome aspirants. Today we are doing an absolutely ultimate high-speed revision of Indian polity, completely based on some incredibly detailed constitutional notes. If you're targeting the upcoming 2026 exams, consider this your ultimate fast-paced sprint. We've structured this explainer to make your learning highly efficient, super sharp, and totally to the point. No fluff, just facts. Let's dive right in.
Listen, before we even touch traditional constitutional articles, let's hook this straight to modern governance. Have you noticed the crazy shifts in the tech world lately? The 2026 IT rules are heavily focused on regulating AI-generated content, drastically shrinking takedown timelines. Technology is moving incredibly fast, and it has a profound, direct impact on our laws. So naturally, we have to ask about the judiciary. With AI regulating the digital space so aggressively, is artificial intelligence actually taking over our courts?
Well, guess what? The Supreme Court is actually already transitioning with some major AI initiatives. Keep your eyes on two specific portals that represent this huge shift: SUPACE and SUVAS. SUPACE stands for Supreme Court Portal for Assistance in Courts Efficiency. It's essentially an AI-driven efficiency portal designed to smooth out legal research and workflow for judges, helping them chew through vast amounts of data in record time. SUVAS, on the other hand, is a dedicated translation tool. It translates judicial documents from English into regional languages, making justice literally so much more accessible to the common citizen. So no, our apex court isn't lagging behind. They are actively embracing tech to speed up justice. It's an absolutely critical current affairs link for your exams.
Okay, to keep your cognitive overload to an absolute minimum today, here is our super clear roadmap. We are hitting 3 core segments. First, the judiciary. Second, a killer cheat sheet for constitutional bodies. And third, the landmark amendments. Let's go.
Starting right off with Section 1, the Indian Judiciary, the ultimate guardian of the Constitution.
So when we look at the Supreme Court, governed by Articles 124 to 147, we see a whole variety of powers. It holds original jurisdiction for disputes between states, appellate jurisdiction as the highest court of appeal, and advisory jurisdiction. But here's a fascinating comparison regarding writ jurisdictions, and it's a classic trick question examiners absolutely love. Contrast the Supreme Court's writ power under Article 32 with the High Court's writ power under Article 226. The crucial, must-know point here, a High Court's writ jurisdiction is actually broader than the Supreme Court's. Yeah, you heard that right. While the Supreme Court can only issue writs for enforcing fundamental rights, High Courts can issue them for fundamental rights and for ordinary legal rights too. It's a brilliant structural quirk designed to ensure citizens have accessible avenues for legal redress right at the state level.
Next up is a topic that is literally always making headlines: the Collegium system. Now, it is totally vital to view this neutrally and purely academically for your prep. The Collegium is a non-constitutional judicial invention. What does that mean? It means you will not find it anywhere in the original text drafted in 1950. Instead, it evolved purely through a series of landmark rulings known as the 3 judges cases, from the 80s to the late 90s. Through these cases, the judiciary interpreted the word consultation in judge appointments to basically mean concurrence. This set up a system where the Chief Justice and senior-most judges recommend appointments. It's an evolved mechanism born out of jurisprudence, not an original article. All right, moving on from the highest courts, we're going to shift our focus to the specialized entities established to safeguard the other essential pillars of our democracy.
Welcome to Section 2, Constitutional Bodies. Get your pens ready, this is your rapid-fire cheat sheet sprint.
Let's lock down this high-yield overview of bodies that pull their authority directly from the Constitution. First up, the Election Commission, Article 324. Their mandate is massive, conducting free and fair elections for Parliament and state legislatures. Next, the UPSC, Articles 315 to 323. They handle all India recruitment, running those rigorous exams you know all too well. Then, an incredibly important role, the CAG, under Article 148. They are the guardian of the public purse. Why? Because they meticulously audit the accounts of the union and states, ensuring taxpayer money is spent exactly as authorized. Finally, the Finance Commission, Article 280. Their main job? Tax devolution, deciding how central tax revenues get split vertically and horizontally. These specific guardianship roles are the invisible framework holding the whole state apparatus together.
Okay, deep breath. We are now entering Section 3, Major Current and Landmark Amendments.
You know our Constitution isn't just some static document, right? It dynamically adapts. Let's trace the timeline.
In 1976, we had the 42nd Amendment. It was so massive, it's literally called the mini-constitution, adding socialist, secular, and integrity to the preamble. Then in 1978, the 44th Amendment stepped in as a corrective measure, famously removing the right to property as a fundamental right. Jump forward to 2016, and the 101st Amendment historically transformed our economy by introducing GST. Then 2019 brought the 103rd Amendment, adding a 10% EWS reservation.
And that brings us right to the present day, with arguably one of the most transformative landmarks of our time, the 106th Amendment in 2023, widely known as the Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam. We are witnessing a crazy era of rapid adaptation right now. Just as we see those massive digital shifts with the 2026 IT rules managing AI, we are simultaneously seeing structural shifts reshaping democratic representation itself.
So why is the 106th Amendment such a massive, game-changing deal? Because it effectively reserves 1/3, yes, a full 33% of seats for women in the Lok Sabha and state legislative assemblies. Guys, this isn't just a minor tweak to the rulebook, it is a fundamental transformation of democratic representation. By constitutionally mandating that 1/3 of legislative voices be female, it completely alters the landscape of governance, aiming to bring much more inclusive perspectives to national policy making. It's huge.
Okay, before we wrap this up, I promised you an expert trick. And here is a visual memory hack to lock in some super easy marks. When you are memorizing constitutional bodies, group them logically. Cluster the Article 338 series together. Look at this. Article 338 is the National Commission for Scheduled Castes. Simply add an A, and 338A is the National Commission for Scheduled Tribes. Add a B, and 338B is the National Commission for Backward Classes. Boom! It is a perfectly stacked structural framework that makes recalling these specific bodies incredibly straightforward.
And that is a wrap on our rapid revision, but I really want to leave you with a final provocative thought. On one hand, we have Supreme Court portals like SUPACE utilizing machine learning to speed up workflows, and on the other, strict new IT rules scrambling to keep up with AI's impact on public discourse. With technology moving at this unprecedented speed, how long until AI isn't just translating documents, but actively assisting the judiciary in interpreting complex constitutional amendments themselves? Think about it. Keep that curiosity alive and keep your prep absolutely laser-focused. Happy learning.